The fairy tale year of Merab Dvalishvili came to a bitter conclusion at UFC 323 when he lost his title and his rematch to Petr Yan, who is now once again the bantamweight champion, a two-time title holder now in the weight class. A great story is Yan. The fact he lost the belt the first time around to Dvalishvili's teammate Aljamain Sterling after committing a foul, has a rough run of results, some questionable decisions, some tough fights. Specifically one of them being the first matchup against Dvalishvili. He finds himself back in the spot, partially because he earned it and deserved it, but also partially because of circumstance that Dvalishvili had run through the weight class and had a extraordinary, exemplary year and was trying to go make history, and Yan was the guy who was there, but boy did he ever take advantage. This was a sensational performance from him. He did all of the things that anyone who was breaking down this fight thought he would maybe have to do in order to change the tide and make it a different narrative. Just can't say enough positive things about Petr Yan and the skill caliber of this fighter and the new champion. I think, though, given the way this all played out, Dvalishvili, all his activity, there is going to be questions of whether this performance was hurt by the fact he had been competing so much. He kind of alluded to some things afterwards with the weight cut and just the physical toll this took on him. No doubt, I believe all of that. It doesn't take anything away from Yan's performance, but it is a real thing, him being this active. So I would love to see a trilogy between them where they both have a good amount of time to prepare and there's none of this side narratives involved there, because Yan, I think, deserves the chance to show that he is the best guy in this weight class with no questions around it, and Dvalishvili, I think, deserves a fair shake to get that belt back, given the run he was on, tied for the most title defenses in bantamweight history, a 14-fight winning streak in the UFC, one of the longest we've ever seen. So if there's anyone who deserves a rematch or a trilogy fight, it is Dvalishvili, in my opinion. Will that end up being the case? Going to depend on how much time Dvalishvili does want to take off. He took some damage in there in this fight. What does Umar Nurmagomedov do in his fight against Davison Figueiredo at UFC 324 in January? What does Sean O'Malley do in his fight with Song Yadong at UFC 324? A lot of people will not love the idea of another O'Malley title fight, but Yan definitely seemed into it. Their first fight was controversial, and he seems to want to run that back. So there is options here, but to me, 1A is a fight with Dvalishvili, just given what he did as champion, how high level and incredible this fight is. Would love to see it again and again and again. These two are awesome. Congrats to the new champion, and I do think it is pretty clear Merab should get that first crack.